For 2 decades, the National Comedy Theater has been entertaining audiences of all sizes and types across the nation with their unique brand of interactive improv comedy.
Well, what our audience sees when they show up is a cast completely unprepared. And that's part of the fun of the show. We don't know what we're going to be doing when the show begins. So our audience will give us suggestions, and the entire show is improvised at that moment. So we have no idea which way the show is going to twist or turn. That's part of the fun of the show. Part of the fun of the show for the audience is that risk of failure that our cast is presenting to them. Since we don't know what we're going to do, we're not sure if it's going to work or not. And so both sides, the audience and the cast, are sort of involved in that same contract of failure or success. And we never know what's going to happen.
And part of the fun is actually audience interaction. Tell me about that.
Yeah, well, we'll ask the audience to provide suggestions for the scenes. They are the engine for the entire show. So we have about 100 different games we could do in our show. And for example, one game might be called Shakespeare. And that game will ask the audience for a suggestion. They might throw out dentist or farmhand. And then we've got to invent an entire game in Shakespearean dialect based on their suggestion. So it'll be an entire Shakespearean play in 3 minutes based on a dentist or a farmhand or whatever they call out. And that's how they're involved in it. We'll take volunteers on stage with us occasionally. We've done scenes about people's lives in the audience, so they're very much a part of the show. We can't do the show without them there.
And if you're brave, you can take your mother-in-law because the comedy's clean, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's all done above the belt. In fact, we have a penalty that can occur. It can be called on our players if they violate the rule. If someone says something that's off color, they end up with a brown paper bag placed over their head, and they have to continue the scene with that. And that goes for the audience as well. So when they're yelling out suggestions, if someone says something racist or off color, they get bagged as well. And they actually sit there with a bag on their head. It's amazing. The show just has 3 generations of audience members sitting there at times. So we'll have teenagers, yuppies, and seniors all at the show at the same time. It's sort of accessible to everyone on different levels.
So 5 shows over the weekend. It's in Mission Hills. What else do you guys have?
Well, we also do corporate events. We do team building workshops, and we do improv classes. So if you want to make your interviews funnier, you could sign up for those.
Thank you, Gary. The San Diego National Comedy Theater Show. Fun for all, 5 shows a week in Mission Hills. Visit nationalcomedy.com for tickets and details, and we'll see you at the show.